Welcome back to Football Manager 2024 Surviving Luton. We still maintain our spot at the top of the league with Liverpool. We do have 3 extra games at hand though. If you were last with us, you would have seen that we end up hoisting the Carabao Cup final. That would be our 3rd that we end up winning. We then ended up knocking out Liverpool. We beat them at home 4-3. Pedrola getting 2 goals, Gelhardt getting 1, and Almeida with 1 as well. We did concede 3 goals though, so that doesn't necessarily look very good for us. We've done pretty well in terms of not conceding. I mean, the worst one that we had was probably the 4-2 loss against Newcastle recently. We then ended up beating Nottingham Forest. Not really much they could have done. We scored 2 goals in the 73rd and then the 80th minute. Rested most of our stars because this was the most important game of the season, I would say. We then took out Liverpool, the nail in the coffin. We end up beating them 3-2 away from home, Almeida with 2 and Gelhardt with 1. So just a very busy first half. We did let them get back into it in the second half, though. Frank Cassier ended up getting a goal in the 68th and then the 88th as well. So we do need to work on our composure. That is for certain. We then knocked out Chelsea in the quarterfinal of the FA Cup. Azun getting the lone goal in the 74th minute. We were dominating them for most of the game. As you can see, we do have 7.5, 7.0, 7.6, and very high ratings throughout it. So we were definitely destroying them throughout most of the game anyways, so it should have been probably 3 or 4 nothing. So we are going to have to kind of look at that as well. But the most important and exciting part of the season is obviously our youth intake. We do get Steve Roy Burton, who we're going to obviously sign, but I found it very interesting, the one component that I did see with this guy. His reports show that he is currently a Sky Bet Champion standard player, which I know he's 11th best on our team in terms of striker, but the fact that he's that high up means we are definitely going to play him. We're going to play him as much as we can this season and next season. He's going to be our youngest goal scorer for sure, but he's also 6'5", which is insane. He's 6'5". I would imagine that his heading would be a little bit better than 11, but we're going to play this guy straight through. It does kind of suck that we did spend so much on O'Sullivan, though. Granted, O'Sullivan is worth a pretty penny, but I think we just found our duo striker. We might even change our formation just to accommodate both of them, but that is definitely going to be the focus. I did like the other thing as well, is the fact that he is Antiguan and Barbudan as well. So it's a very obscure team for sure. He was born in England, but I just want to know whether or not he ends up playing for England or Antigua, because I feel as though that would be insane. He would definitely be the best player to come through the ranks for sure. Where's this guy from? Walsall. Interesting. You know what? We're going to scout this guy for no apparent reason, but I just kind of want to know. He's a 17-year-old on their... Okay, I guess this guy we probably will have to kind of take a look at as well. Outside scouting scope. Okay, that's interesting. Do they have anyone on their under 21? So they don't have anyone on their under 21. So that'll be pretty interesting. I would love for him to play for them. Obviously, I'd love for him to play for England as well. But it would be pretty cool if he kind of develops that nation. So that's the first signing that we're going to do. But everyone else kind of seems disappointing. Micaiah, I know there's still a chance that he can turn around. It's just more so, I don't like the fact that he's temperamental, but his determination is very high. So we're going to end up signing him as well for sure. Going to delete all these though. And of course he's going to sign with us. We're going to remove these as well. I'm willing to pay him more up front. I don't like those kind of clauses. Yearly salary raise, I'm going to obviously delete as well. But we'll give him 1K. How about that? In the end, it's not going to matter that much. And we do have another unambitious player, but he is still 15. His determination can still improve from that. And we're just going to delete all these. I don't like how they end up coming up all of a sudden. We're going to sign him for sure. And take out yearly wage. I will keep those actually because I don't see him. Let's increase it to, yeah, we'll do that. Of course, he's happy with that. But then we have some other ones. We'll kind of leave this to our assistant as well. Alberto Paulo, I mean, he is balanced. We do need right backs, that's for sure. And of course, it's just saying that he can improve a lot. So we are going to sign him as well. All right, we'll delete these as well. Just remove that. He's probably not going to play that much anyways, so I don't really care about the 10 game thing. And Matthew James as well. He doesn't look too bad actually. Maybe I was a little bit too harsh on them initially because the 3-star kind of throws you off a little bit, but his attributes don't look that bad. And obviously just youth contract with these guys. And O'Sullivan as well. I mean, he just looks worse, but not bad. Lighthearted, off from a contract as well. We won't have to go all into his profile. But it doesn't look as good as last year, but you can't obviously have every single year as being the most the most insane one out of all of them. You know, we're just gonna, can we? I guess we'll just leave that. But I was gonna initially leave it to our assistant, but I think I'm gonna just do all of them, but probably the bottom ones, the 1.5 star, we'll kind of just leave them on it anyways. Ibrahima Kamara, 16-year-old. Determination's alright. Also another striker, but he does play on the mid as well. And let's take a look at Darren Dean. Darren Dean, bravery is pretty decent. He is 6 foot. His work rate's okay. Determination's okay as well. Acceleration, I guess he's kind of like a jack of all trades, master of none at this point, but he's going to be signed as a youngster instead of obviously pro. And then this is the last guy. His aggression is very high, low determination, but you never know. So we'll take a chance at him. It's not going to cost us that much anyways. 90k, yeah. We're not in the same kind of financial restraint as we are with the other save that we end up having. So that's all that is. We'll jump to our next game though, and hopefully we can manage to get a result there. And here's our squad for the Man City game. We have Capril in goal, Carlos Quirodia, Bella Kotchap, and Malanka as our back line. We have Warren and Almeida as our midfield there, and then we have Astanis, Azun, and Luca playing as our attacking mid, and then Gelhardt getting the nod up front. We do have injuries to Lazar. They're saying not to play him, but we might put him in at some point. And Eshveri as well. He is back from injury, thank God. It's very nice to see him back, but we'll probably put him in as kind of a rotation there as well. I think we might want to swap out that. I kind of want to do this actually. Let's go to our development center here. Grab one of our youth candidates who's hopefully signed with us. And go to team selection, see if he's available to be selected. We will definitely put him in. Oh, he's tired though. I don't like that. So can he play? I mean, he could play. Very little fatigue. Okay, still fresh. You know what? We'll swap him out for Samu because Samu's going to do no good there. And we'll just kind of play it by ear. We'll decide at the very end whether or not we're going to do it. He can get, no, 27. He doesn't deserve 11. Not yet, at least. And we'll kind of take the risk there. I mean, Man City are currently in 7th place, though, and Holland is injured. We have won our last 5. Azun looks like he's playing a little bit back than what I would prefer. It seems a little bit bunched up. And, I mean, Man City still played very well without him. 4 wins and a draw. And let's just hope that we can manage to get a result here. I mean, all in all, it won't matter that much. But, I mean, a win here is going to be huge. We are at home as well. As you can see, all the fans deciding to show up for the game like this. Well, we definitely want the win because the win definitely makes it so it's a lot easier for us to win because this is our hardest matchup other than Liverpool at the very end. So we'll switch up the formation here. Won't let us do that. So a highlight already in the 2nd minute. I never liked those. Nice block though. Offside, okay. We were offside? That's very odd. We'll just focus on the league table. I know Liverpool's not playing. A tie here will put us ahead. And a loss here will not do too much. But Man City's also out of any European spot as well. So you can tell that they definitely are going to want this. Aston Villa's in relegation. Oh my god, that would be huge. We would be able to get a lot of their players, hopefully, or everyone's just going to go for them. Aston Villa will be gutted after this season if they end up not getting out of relegation. And what was once a very good team is now not really much of a threat. We almost concede there, but we end up at least settling for a corner there. I'd even be happy with a tie here. And a tie only really works if we go ahead, though. Middlesbrough are safely in the bottom spot, though. And every other game is tied at the moment. Leeds are also tied. That's a big game. If Aston Villa can manage to beat them, then that'll be big. Brighton up 1-0. Nottingham Forest in 14th. Brighton's chomping at the bit of Man City there, though. They could even jump over them. Mason Mount's injured. And doesn't look like anyone's too tired. We haven't really produced anything. So the team talk at halftime is going to be pretty important. Their XG hasn't been much better, though. 0.07. But something tells me that... Yeah, I was going to say that this is going to change it now. I was really hoping that it was just a shot like that and it wasn't going to be a goal that ends up sending them way ahead of us. But it's very weird that we end up having games like this. We have games where we're so dominant, and then we have other games where just nothing happens. We do get our first shot on target, though, just before the half. And I don't like the highlights just before the half time. Foden with it. I'm not even going to try his name, and it looks like it's going to go for a corner. And I'm really hoping that this isn't the highlight, because it could very well be a goal. Turns away, Gelhardt gets it, and we go into halftime 0-0, and this is probably the lamest. Yeah, I'm disappointed in everything so far, but we're definitely going to make the subs. I think Azun's going to come off. Stannis might have to come off as well. But we'll kind of give him a shot just for the first like 10 minutes anyways. But I'm going to want to get a sub sooner rather than later. Lazar could come in for one of them. Almeida's still not fatigued, so I do like that. But he could slot as our left wing there. Good tackle by Stannis. We get it back, and the threat is at least swarmed up there. Malanka now with it in an advanced position. Romero there with it. Malanka. Curl it in, come on. To Wharton, who hasn't played that much. Stannis gets the goal. Hopefully it's not offside. It looks like it's fine. We're up 1-0 though. I feel as though it's awarded. I thought it was going to be denied for a second. But good play for everyone. Malanka to Wharton to Almeida, and he just finds that needle and passes it right through to Stannis. Times it perfectly, and we're up 1-0. And Pedrola's just been massive for us this year. Good timing just on the line. I feel as though if it went the other way, we would have definitely got called the offside. And 1-0 for us, 1-0 Brighton. We're still going to make the changes, though. Stannis might end up staying on, though. But Romero is probably going to come off. We only have the 2 shots, and both of them on target, though. And that's exactly what we're going to do. We're not taking off Romero for that. We're taking off probably Azun. Romero's going to come on. We're going to take off O'Sullivan, actually. That'll be a good one. Echeverry, and we're going to try and hold on to Steve Roy Burton there. Because worst comes to worst, if Pedrola comes off, we can switch possibly Echeverry or even Gelhardt to the wing there and kind of save us a substitution. Malanka is definitely going to be one of those that gets a sub as well. But Almeida doing very well in the middle, though. And despite us trying to get rid of Wharton, he's also doing pretty well in the mid there as well. We do concede a throw-in at an advanced position there. Foden with it. Rodrigo, they do score. Rodri gets it in 62nd minute, and we're definitely going to have to make some adjustments. Malanka looks like he's just exhausted, so we'll wait till the 65th minute. But we're going to demand more here because we haven't really given our fans anything to really cheer about other than that one goal. And we'll kind of wait a little bit. We'll place it now. Malanka's going to come off. We're going to put Gector in, actually. Gector's going to come in, and then Gelhardt's going to come off. You know what? Maybe Burton's not going to come on right now. Let's see. Lazar could come in. We could put Almeida in. Is he attacking? We'll swap that out. We'll put in Lazar. Or Nipin, actually. We'll put in Nipin there. And we still have one sub. We won't make until probably the 75th minute at least. We do concede a corner here. Headed away. Nothing really happens there. It looks like they're making a substitution. Someone got injured there. So we're going to wait. We're going to wait until maybe we end up getting a goal. So he's either going to be Konate that's going to come in or the youngster. But I feel as though it's more so leaning towards Konate here because we'll put O'Sullivan at the top. Because Gelhardt hasn't really done anything this game. A gaping hole there. I do not like to see that. That was terrible. Both center backs kind of just let it happen there. Sullivan's going to come off. We're going to put in... Yeah, Konate is going to be the one that has to come in for it. We're going to go attacking here. And it's not at all what I want to see. We're going to see that replay and just look at how much open space there was. I guess because Diamande is not playing right now. And who was that? Who was my... Bella Kotchap just let it go right through. This is a disappointing start. And of course we're going to end up making those substitutions. And 3 shots, 2 on target. It's kind of disappointing. We're still going to... Yeah, I don't even know what I just clicked there. 80th minute, we're going to go full attacking. And I wouldn't be surprised if we go down 3-1. But this will be a disappointing start to our 2 games at hand there. Oh my god, what a terrible header. Gets denied. Oh my god, gets denied again. Konate can't quite get to it. He's still young though, so I will give him that. And, I mean, it doesn't look very good. We haven't shown up this game at all. We thought we had it kind of in the bag, and... I mean, it's never obviously in the bag. But very disappointing display all around. I'm hoping that the next game that we end up playing is not going to be this this bad, or we can at least turn around. And we go down 3-1. But is it offside? Goal awarded. So we do go down. We're going to change. We'll just go to balanced. I don't even want to see it. I don't even care. We go down 3-1, and we do lose our spot to Liverpool on obviously goal differential. No, screw you, Konate. You're going to play the rest of the game. We're not going to go down 4-1. That would be a little bit too problematic for that. But like I said, we still have the 2 games, so anything can happen during those 2. But I really just hope that we don't bottle this league at this point. Oh my god, if we go down again, at least we turn it away. Caprill hasn't really played well either. I will say that. But everyone looking exhausted here. And isn't the kind of display that we want to show our home fans. We did go up. We went up initially, and then we ended up giving up the lead. And ultimately just giving up the game. And dying seconds left. That's all she wrote. It's kind of what happens when you have to rotate a little bit. And full time, we'll take him off now, I guess, even though it doesn't really matter. But all in all, pretty disappointing display all around. They're going to kind of accept that. And we do drop for the first time in the season to the second spot, but we still have the two extra games. And yeah, that was grim, shocking, absolute shocking. Yeah, that's for sure. But Man City hasn't played well. They're going to be very happy with this result. Let's jump. We'll probably end up playing the cup game, and hopefully we can get a result there. So after drawing the first leg 2-2, we desperately need this win. We have Compril in goal, Carlos, Kirodia, Diamande, and Malanka as our backline. Samu and Naipan are going to start as our mid. We're going to have Astanis and Almeida and Luca as our attacking mid, and then Gelhardt's going to get the nod up front. I do have a goalie actually as on our bench. I normally don't do that, but I feel as though we might need him here. I don't like the thought that we could lose a goalie and that could be it for us. This is around where we were last season before we got humiliated in the second leg. So I'm really hoping it's a different story this game. They are without Mbappe. He did get sent off last game, and that's one of the reasons why we did tie 2-2. We could have easily gone ahead, but we did kind of screw that for sure. We did go down 2-1 at one point before getting the draw. Gelhardt now gets it. Hopefully we can get something from here. Good pass. And then we lose it so quickly. So what a very odd highlight there. I know it's the early one, and we have Man City against AC Milan here as well. We're going to take a close look at their formation and just even in terms of general health of their players. And I'm hoping that without Mbappe that we do have a much better chance at getting a finish here. Almeida almost puts it 1-0 for us, but we end up getting the corner. Well, we definitely need the win. If we can score first, I do like our chances. But even a tie ends up putting us through to pens, which I still like our chances there, but we might have to make adjustments based on our substitutions as well. Because it feels like someone like Luca I might not put in, and Stannis is definitely going to come off at some point as well, so we're going to have to put someone in that has a better chance at getting a goal there. And that can actually play the extra time as well. Because I always forget about the extra time. The extra time might actually hurt us for the league as well. Just because we have so many games in such a short time frame. And already Stannis is looking like he needs a sub. Feels though Azun might be the better one to come in for him though. We're going to give him a minute, indicating it's a tight hamstring, so he should be able to kind of play off of it a little bit. We're going to give it around 5 more minutes. If it doesn't, nothing ends up happening, we're definitely going to end up doing the sub. It doesn't look like he can shake it, so we're going to do that sub now. He wants to stay on. Do we want... You know what? I'm going to kind of risk it a little bit. See if 5 more minutes or 2 more minutes ends up doing it. Doesn't look like it is. Gelhardt with it. Can he cross it in? To Stannis. To Gelhardt. Goes down, but doesn't look like anything happens there. Gelhardt can't quite get the other ball dead. And then Samu now with it. Looks like we're at least on the attack there. And Stannis is still 7.1 despite not being able to do anything. So we're gonna probably sub him in at half then. We lose it so bad there. We do get it back though. So at least this team is showing up like they want to play, not like the last game that we ended up playing. Good pass. So despite being exhausted, we end up going through. There's no way that's offside. That flag better stay down. And moment of truth here, disallowed. You've got to be kidding. They're never going to review it, obviously. Oh, they do this time. Oh my god. That is just criminal at that point. And Stannis is going to come off at half, though. But I do like his gameplay throughout this. He's been playing very good despite being hampered by an injury. And let's look at it. He still wants to play, but I'm gonna have to take him off. I can't risk it. We're gonna put in Eshberry here. And we're gonna just hope for a better second half here. Not that we didn't play very well, but hopefully Eshberry being able to run is a huge boost as opposed to Pedrola, who probably couldn't. 1-0 for AC Milan though. And it looks like Man City, I don't know what the first leg was, but Man City could find themselves out of this competition, which would mean that this is a devastating season for them. And it is their advantage here. Turns away by Capriel. I thought that was for sure going to go in. And we have to start thinking of who we're going to end up taking off. I do want Sullivan to come in. Good clearance there. It feels though Romero might come off for him. And we end up getting a corner here. I'll take that. Capriel's now 7.1. Sam is also rated pretty high, but Luca isn't, so he feels like it's the no-brainer there. We'll kind of wait a little bit though. Probably after this highlight, we'll make that sub. I'd rather kind of make the subs earlier, give us a chance to kind of mold a little bit better together. And that was a terrible, terrible challenge there. Capriel picks it up pretty easily. So it doesn't end up costing us, but at 57, we're going to make our other substitution. Romero's going to come off. We're going to put in O'Sullivan. He played very well for us on the wing there beforehand. We're going to probably end up slotting him up top, though, because I don't think anyone else can play there. Azun's the only other one. Cole Palmer, I don't think I want to put him at the top. But Gelhardt might end up coming off as well. Augusto seems like he's playing decent. And, I mean, our next sub's going to have to be for the whole marbles, though. And, I mean, Almeida might have to come off. We'll take him off. And, you know what, we'll put in Palmer, I guess. Knowing Azun can be the other one that ends up coming in. So even that disallowed goal, I still like how we're playing. I didn't want to have to take Almeida off. Oh my god, top corner there, shot, but doesn't go in. And the two people responsible for that shot are now coming off. I'm not even going to pay attention to that right now. But Malanka is going to have to come off. We do concede a free kick there. Now we concede a corner. And we're going to probably make our other substitution. Carlos is the one that has to come off, though. And the question is, do we go for more of a forward attacking chance, or do we kind of go more defensive? Because, yeah, Carlos has to come off for sure, so Hall might come on for him. Capriel ends up collecting that, and we'll end up making the subs now. So Gusto's going to come off. Maybe, yeah, we'll put in Gector instead. I'm going to let it ride with Malanka. He was playing well before, and let's just hope that doesn't burn us. So we're going to take off Gelhardt here, put in Sullivan, and we're going to put in Azun. Like I said, Azun's been playing very well for us. We're going to put Eshberry there, and I mean, Hall will probably be the other one that we end up bringing in, probably in the extra time if it ends up going to that. But I'm going to trust the two Germans together. O'Sullivan doesn't even go for it. You're making me regret putting you at top striker there. And puts us into a little bit of a bind there, so I don't like that at all from O'Sullivan. Let's encourage everyone. 75 minutes, and we haven't really got anything going in the second half there. So it's mostly just been the first. And we're still balanced. 80th minute. I mean, at least Dembele looks like he's tired as well, but it doesn't look like they made really any substitutions. Looks like they're sticking with their top team. And I don't know if that's good or bad for us. Dembele with it gets turned away. We concede a corner, 82nd minute. Kirodia also looking like he's exhausted as well. Diamande clears it, but not enough. And Capriel denies it. That could have easily been a goal. We could have easily been down 1-0. And I mean, we should count ourselves proud the fact that we're still holding on here. A little bit better than last year. And Elise O'Sullivan's coming back. I do like that. Gector with the interception. Then oh my god, Gector. What the hell? You were literally brought in not to make those kind of mistakes. He already has a yellow too. Good pass to Palmer though. Makes up for it a little bit. And then Palmer now has to find someone. Gets it back. Oh my god. Finishes it. Palmer, the hero. 1-0. Oh my god. The hero. And this is a guy that I wanted to get rid of earlier in the season just because he wasn't producing. And he was very unhappy about not playing attacking mid. But his position is clearly on the right. What an amazing pass. What an amazing finish by Palmer. Palmer is the new hero of this team. And can he be the one that ends up putting us through? Looks like they're making all their substitutions. There's no way I'm taking off anyone at this point. We are not going to go down with 5 minutes of extra time. I know Azun doesn't really want to come off. And I don't know what just happened there. We get the ball back. Finally, O'Sullivan now with it. And he ends up losing it. Do we get it back? We need to get the ball back. I don't care if Gector gets sent off for it. Someone make a foul. Do not let them shoot it in. And Capriel ends up stopping it. And hopefully this is one of the last opportunities. Palmer now with it again. Finds Eshveri. Crosses it in someone. And Samu now with it. Palmer with it again. No one runs for it there. That is so disappointing. Nipin now can be the other hero of the team. Malanka now with it. Back to Diamande. Pass it back to the goalie, please. Echeverry with it. Loses it. Goes for a throw-in. Is this the end of that highlight? It looks like it is, but another one happens right after. Malanka now with it to Samu. To Gector. Finds Azun, who wanted to come off initially, but staying on and managing to pull through here. Capriel now with it. Just don't lose it at this point. Keep possession. Pass it back to the goalie. And maintain possession here, guys. And we'll be off to the races here. Echeverry now with it. Back to Palmer. Back to Malanka. They're doing very good keeping possession. I really like this game of keep away. And we are through. What we couldn't do last year, we managed to go through this year. We owe it all to Palmer. XG roughly around the same. And I'm very happy with this finish. We move on forward. And looks like AC Milan's moving on forward as well. The other two teams, it looks like Arsenal. Arsenal is going to end up moving forward as well. Man City gets knocked out. And looks like Napoli as well ends up getting forward on Inter. So two English teams ends up going through. And I mean, we really hope that we end up facing 2 weeks though. Oh, that's disappointing. 1 to 3 days. We do get 9 million there. So finally our finances are starting to at least kind of level out a little bit. It's going to level out definitely by the start of next season though. And we do find ourselves facing Milan. Have we played them before? I think we have this season. And 1 win, 1 loss since we've played them last. So the first time that we end up coming into it, we end up winning, or we end up losing 3-0. And the second time this season, we end up winning 1-0. But now we're going to have to face 2 more games against them. So that is pretty dangerous. And let's see what the other stage is. It's going to be Napoli and Arsenal there. So it could be 2 British teams in the final. It could also be 2 Italian teams in the final. And this is insane. We could find ourselves in the final. If we do end up winning this, I'm going to be extremely happy. Arsenal won last year, but we did also knock out the team that ended up winning just before them, and who are favorites to win this season as well. So absolutely delighted by it, and couldn't be more overjoyed by it. But we do owe it to Palmer. Palmer is going to stay with us next season for sure, just because of that. And we do find ourselves facing AC Milan. So what we're going to do is next episode is going to be the last episode. So we're going to come back probably for the second leg of the Milan one, and if we end up making it to the final, we'll do it for the final for that as well, and then we'll end up coming back for the Liverpool if we don't make it to the final. So either way, we might end up actually playing all three potentially in the next episode. So it might be a little bit of a longer episode, but we're completely overjoyed with this. We at least get a little bit more money as well for finishing a little bit later, but couldn't be happier the fact that we end up pushing through. So we'll end up seeing you for the second leg of the AC Milan game, and potentially the last game of the season as well, or the finals, which would be even more amazing. So thank you all for watching, and until next time.